So sometimes I worry that if I get too busy on my garden, I can fall into old habits of storing emotions instead of feeling them. Great question. Is there any other use to them part of from experiencing life? Are emotions feedback in any way to help guide me on my path? Great questions. So in my new book that I don't know when it's coming out, I like to make the differentiation between two things: emotions and excitements. And excitements are kind of things that you are interested about, that you're excited about, like making content. Like you love making content. Maybe you have a boyfriend and you love going hiking with the boyfriend. Or maybe you love playing soccer and you like, I love playing soccer. That's what I'm excited about. Those things resonate with your soul. They like in the direction of what you want to do. That is different from emotion. Now, let's bring another category, intuition. Okay. But you can only be really clear with your intuition, which in the beginning of the practice, I wouldn't say really trust so much unless you 100% sure. But intuition never feels like fear, by the way. So, but unless you're 100% sure, oh, this is my intuition, or something's your excitement, yeah, that's your intuition, you go for it. But a lot of times when people come to me for help, they spend so much time inside of their head. They spend so much time on their healing journey, so much time on fixing feelings, fixing trauma, that their reality is warped. And then when they want to go, oh, what's my intuition? What's this? What's that? The brain's like, oh, here's a pattern that feels like intuition, and it warps your reality. And it's not really your intuition. It's just your brain like, oh, you react to this concept of intuition that you love so much. Let me give you intuition. Now, your fear about emotion, maybe you call it suppressing, or you have a fear of, you said storing, you storing things in your body. You moving forward with your valued action, you would only, so to say, store something in your body if every time something comes up, you are trying to get relief from it, or you're trying to fix it. Like if anxiety or fear comes up, you're trying to get relief from it, or you're trying to fix it. But you don't need to sit on the couch and like, okay, I'm gonna feel this feeling what's coming up now. I'm waiting for it. Is it I'm okay, I'm feeling it now and I'm sitting on the couch. No, we move forward in the direction of our valued actions. Along the way, and this is actually is so connected to also Bashar's teaching, by the way. Bashar talks about when we follow our excitement with no insistence on the outcome, along the path of following our excitements, all the patterns are going to come up that need to be integrated, so to say. He calls it integrated. Doesn't matter how you call it. So when you move forward in the direction of your valued actions, those patterns, when they come up, the art is an art of undoing, which means there's so many ways. Eckhart Tolle talks about this, of pointers. Like I'm going to use language, and at some point I'm going to use different words, and at some point you're going to get it. It's like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. You basically take your hands back. You don't do nothing with it. You allow it. You accept it. But you don't have to focus on it. You don't have to avoid doing the valued actions of it. You just move forward doing the valued actions. You're not going to suppress. This is such a dumb. This is like this is also a lot of therapists that either are completely brainwashed or they want to seem important because like, no, don't listen to him. You're gonna suppress the emotion. Come to me. I teach you how to not know. It's fucking stupid. Because I'm telling you why it's stupid. I'm gonna tell you what's stupid. Okay, I'm even giving you the logical reason. Sorry, the camera is following me at the moment. Okay, now it's good when I lift my hand. Um, I'm telling you why. Because the way it works, think of it like your digestion. When you eat like a strawberry, have you ever heard the strawberry example that I'm giving? Annabelle, I'm sure has heard it, but have you heard it? Maybe you heard it somewhere in my videos. If you eat a strawberry, right? You're not gonna go in your stomach and be like, hey, stomach, today I'm telling you where the strawberry goes. This strawberry must go in this and this, and I'm actually gonna go inside of my body and put the strawberry. Your stomach is gonna be like, what the fuck, Amy? What is wrong with you today? Do you not know that I have infinite intelligence knowing where that strawberry, what enzymes, in what bloodstreams? I'm really cool with the bloodstream. I'm really cool with the heart, Amy. I'm really good with the brain. I don't think you have any connections to any of them. You. So you probably are like, yeah, let my digestion do it. So the funny thing is, when it comes to mental health, a lot of people are like, no, you need to do this with the emotion. You need to do this with the thought. You need to do this with the thing. No, guess what? If you leave it alone, your body's intelligence, you can call it transform, you can call it transcend, you can call it letting go, you can call it breaking trauma, you can call it whatever you want to. But your body's going to take care of it. And in the process, you're building emotional fitness. So you don't have to worry about not integrate. Your worries, actually, you engage. Your worry is actually something similar. I have a lot of clients who come to me, oh, I'm scared. I'm hurting my nervous system at work because I have so much stress. And then I'm like, no, 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 no. What you're actually doing here is thank you, Annabelle, for clarifying that it was Tavleen's nails. So Tavleen, I just want to let you know, Annabelle loves your nails. People with the nervous system, um, if you like, oh no, I'm scared, I hurt my nervous system when I go to the stressful job. You're actually doing a compulsion because you put in an extra fear, an extra layer of resistance on this concept of your nervous system. Now, there is such a thing as your nervous system, that is true, but you having the fear, so you actually having the fear that you're suppressing or you storing your emotions, you're putting an extra layer of resistance on that. Does it make sense, everybody? Yeah? You're putting an extra layer of resistance on that. So I want to give you some relief and some chilling out by telling you that you moving forward with your valued actions, which is not only doing crazy activities, jumping out of an airplane with a parachute, or I don't know, wrestling with bears or going to a crazy marathon. It's also hanging out with your friends. It's also relaxation, getting a massage. So it's a balance. Okay. So some people are like, oh, if you only valued actions, but when do I relax? You make time for relaxation. But you don't have to sit on the couch and do the emotional thing. Yeah. Let me unmute yourself. But yeah, let's go into it, Amy. What did you resonate with what I just told you?
Basically resonated with the fact that I don't need to worry about it. My emotions will just kind of process themselves. And um, it was also really good what you said about emotions versus excitement, um, as like what to listen to, because I think that's really handy. And the fact that intuition is never fear. I thought that was really insightful as well.
Do you have your value garden with you?
Yes,
Okay, great.
my small version.
Okay, cool. So when you spend time outside of your head and you follow your values, along the way, emotions will come up, like anxiety or something. If you're not willing to be okay with being uncomfortable, you will do compulsions, and then you can say you store it in your body. It's not really how it's kind of, you could say it doesn't even matter, because what matters is you don't have to know how the light switch works. We just have to turn on the light.
Mhm.
What matters is that you are like, okay, I can have this feeling, because but the reaction, see the difference between, okay, this is really important. I teach this a lot, people in my group coaching or one-on-one coaching, when they come to me with panic attacks, which is all emotions are kind of connected. But with this extreme example, you probably get like more clarity. When people have problems with panic attack, it's because when the panic attack comes up, their immediate reaction is, no, 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 panic attack. Oh, no, 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 no. I can have this panic attack. No, what should I do to get relief? You are just feeding more panic attacks with that reaction. Along the way, you're going to build more panic attacks. Now, what I teach them is to have the opposite reaction of like, yes, like literally a layer on top. Instead of what I told you with the fear of nervous system or fear of you storing your emotions, a layer on top when the emotions come up, which is, yes, that's great. I get to work with this emotion now. I can build emotional fitness. Okay, great. So this attitude is so different from the attitude of no, 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 no. Because the attitude of no, 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 the brain's like, oh, Amy, you love playing with this feeling. Let me give you more of those feelings. But if you're like, yes, 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 that's so to say a layer of acceptance. And then I can have this, but at the same time, the same way as earlier, you were able to focus on your body and focus on me, you can have the emotion, allow it, and move forward with the valued action mindfully. Mindfully is important here. Spending time outside of your head is important because if the brain's like, hey, but Amy, you're storing the emotion. You have to cannot do this. And you talk back and you're like, yes, we stored the emotion. No, maybe I should watch another videos of emotion. Maybe then you feeding another pattern inside of your head, right? So we want you to make your GPS from the beginning of the day, the valued actions. The importance here, why we say from the beginning of the day is when you start your day, it's very important to start your day with a certain momentum. That's why I give you guys, remember the meditation I gave you, the journaling I gave you. I think I sent you the video of the tutorial for the journaling. You also saw in the, I sent you also, because with the group coaching, you also get the video course, maybe you already looked into it, but there's also in it, I talk a lot about what to do to create a positive momentum in the beginning of the day. Because if you wake up and the brain's like, hey, Amy, what about the storing of emotion? You're like, yes, that's right, talk back. You're going to build this snowball effect that gets bigger and bigger. And then it's harder for you to turn around in the middle of the day because it already has a momentum. It's like the example that Abraham Hicks gives. Have you ever heard about the example of Abraham Hicks that they give in the hills of San Francisco?
Maybe. I'm
Maybe?
not sure.
No? So San Francisco has like these I've never been to San Francisco, but you probably know San Francisco has these crazy hills, right?
Yeah.
Huge, these big hills, and it goes down to the ocean. Let's say you have a car sitting on top of the hill, right?
Mhm.
If by any chance you let go of the parking brake and it rolls a bit, but you real quickly, before the momentum goes too strong, step behind the car and hold it, the car's just going to stop and you're fine. But let's say you let the car go a little longer down the hill, it's going to go faster and faster and faster. And if you stand at the bottom of the hill, then the car is just going to hurt you, right? It's too fast. That's what momentum is all about. And that's where we start our day, spending time outside of, and I'd rather have you fuck up at the end of the day, but start our day, okay, with the valued actions that are most impactful and spending time outside of the head with the no brain method from my book, talking out loud to ourselves. I would like to know with your value garden, what are the things you are growing during the week? And what do you want to start your day off first thing in the day? A lot of people like doing the uh, guided meditation that I send you, and then the journaling. And then I a lot of times recommend to go outside the house right away because when you're inside the house, there's a lot of access to compulsions. But if you go outside the house, especially if you do something moving like the gym or running, it's easier to practice mindfulness.
Because I know that you mentioned writing down your wins. So I like to finish the day with writing down my wins from all the valued actions.
For that,
Um,
actually, what we're going to do is post on school a win of the day post where you guys can put your wins of the day in. So we have them like all together. And that's just another support. And then you're like, oh yeah, at the end of the day, I go on school. It's just more fun as well and put down the wins. So that's great. So the wins of the day is a great part. And also the thankfulness journal after the guided meditation. What do you do after the thankfulness journal?